Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to Look Good, Smell Good Fragrance Reviews. Tonight I'm going to be continuing with my review from the House of Rosa Salas. My name's Mohammed. You're tuned in to Look Good, Smell Good Fragrance Reviews. Guys, if this is your first time tuning into this channel and you like to see fragrance reviews, giveaways, reviews on designer scents, niche scents, inexpensive scents, and last but not least, clone houses, please do hit that subscribe button, push the notification bell, and comment down below to be part of the fragrance conversation. There's no point in looking good when you smell like an armpit, and there's no point in smelling good when you look kind of unkempt. That's why we look good and we smell good. Tuned in, today we're going to be reviewing another fragrance by the House of Rosa Salas, none other than their latest premium line, Black Tie. Let's get to it. Okay guys, today we're going to be reviewing Black Tie, which is the interpretation to Tuxedo by the House of YSL Yves Saint Laurent, which is currently on £145 for a 75 ml bottle, while Black Tie over here is for £30 for a 30 ml, and 50 ml is going to cost you £40. Majority of the notes from this and Contino Tuxedo are the same. What are the notes in Black Tie? Well, you're going to get violet leaf, zesty lime, coriander. In the heart, you're getting your lily of the valley, black pepper, rose. To finish things off in the base, ambergris, vanilla, creamy vanilla, and patchouli. Those are the notes inside Black Tie. Tuxedo had, I think, more fragrant oils within this fragrance, but for the most part, notes on paper are nearly identical. So those were the notes from Black Tie. As most of you all are aware, fragrance reviewers and non-fragrant reviewers, sometimes it can get quite difficult to pick up every single note, and most of us out there probably pick up different things. You might pick up something else depending on how experienced your nose is and what type of notes that you're used to and what we basically pick up from the fragrance. So to me guys, this here, when I first spray it, the zesty lime is the most prominent note to my nose. It outbeats every other opening note. So when you have like a rose and so on, and I think the other one was lily of the valley, then you had your stuff like that, it just sits in the back. The most prominent note is zesty lime, and this zesty lime note, not only does it become in the opening, but to my nose it remains throughout the life of the fragrance. The zesty lime is what remains throughout the life of the fragrance, and you're going to pick it up in the top mostly, then in the heart, and then in the dry down. What about the rest of the notes? I get slight hints of rose that just add a little bit of sweetness to that. As soon as you reach the heart, the black pepper kicks in, and that black pepper scent, I'm really familiar with it. It's in a lot of scents. I do have it as an actual fragrant note. So not only do I sometimes try to collect fragrances, but sometimes I also collect individual fragrance notes. So sometimes I will try to collect individual fragrance notes just to get my nose used to the actual note. And I do have the note of black pepper. It just gives every fragrance that little spicy kick. It's not a bad scent. It's a really good scent. I like it. So the black pepper does give Black Tie just a little bit of a kick. How does it smell from the opening to the heart? Really nice. As soon as you reach the base of the fragrance, this is where the patchouli and the vanilla come out. When this happens, the patchouli and the vanilla, they give this fragrance like a really sweet type of thick backbone, which in return gives it this little bit of gourmandish feel to my nose. And overall, if I had to describe what this fragrance smelled like, I would say that in the opening you get a sharp and zesty lime due to the zesty lime, obviously citrus, and that kick of black pepper. However, very quickly the fragrance starts to take a little bit of a sweet turn. So not completely gourmand fragrance, but I would say it's a gourmandish lime. How does it smell? Absolutely beautiful. Do I like it? Yes, this is an amazing scent, versatile scent, mass appealing scent, and for sure compliment getting scent. So you will not be disappointed with this. I mentioned this in my review of Nasman, that when you have certain fragrances that are a little bit too pricey for all of us, or some of you, including myself, just might not be comfortable in doing a blind buy when it comes to spending £145 on a fragrance of only 75 mls, and then after purchasing it you don't like it, it just went to waste. This is where fragrances like houses like the House of Rosa Salas come into play. You will get a similar scent. If not, it won't be 100% of a clone, but even if it's 80% or 70% of a clone, at least you'll know that you're able to pick up the gist of the fragrance, which might make you more interested in the actual fragrance. Has Rosa Salas's fragrance Black Tie made me more interested and more leaning towards trying Tuxedo? Yes, it has. Would I now mind paying £145 from Tuxedo? No. Now that I've smelled Black Tie, knowing that majority of the notes are the same and the smell is going to be a little bit similar, would I mind paying £145? No. No. It only leads me to ask the question, what's the performance like on Tuxedo? Because let's move on to the performance on Black Tie. Guys, the performance you're going to get, again, another great one from the House of Rosa Salas. Now, after checking the website, these are the premium lines that I have. So I reviewed Nasman, which is a premium line, and Black Tie is a premium line too. And I said in the Nasman review that the notes did feel like they never had any syntheticness behind them. It never had a blast of alcohol. Even with this fragrance, the Black Tie, I don't get a blast of alcohol. And when you smell it, when you spray it, when you wear it, there's nothing about it that smells cheap. It has been blended to perfection, and you can tell that the notes are of like a higher quality grade. It doesn't have that cheap clone house type of feel. Other fragrance houses do have it. I own some from other houses, and when you initially spray it, you can feel like the cheapness or the scent just becomes synthetic. With Black Tie and Nasman, I never got that. So when it comes to premium, you are getting a premium quality scent. You can guarantee that. Performance, however, I went with 4 to 6 sprays, and I easily got about 2.5 hours to 3 hour mark projection. It stayed there. Did it fill up the whole room? No, it's just about an arm's length. It stays close to you, but anybody that's walking in and around you, or you're walking past them, the same trail of this will for sure get to them. Is it a room filler? No. Both of these, Nasman and Black Tie, are both eau de parfum concentrations. I have both the 30 ml bottles. I think they're available in 5, 10, 30 mls and 50 mls. And like I said before, £30 for the 30 ml and £50 for the 50 ml. Worth it? Yes, absolutely. But longevity wise, again, on clothes about 8 to 10 hours. I could still pick it up very faintly the next day, but overall performance, guys, is a go. Now let me tell you, when I wore this, reading reading Black Tie's description that was sent along with this, the notes and the description that was there, it kind of entailed to me that Rosa Salas was trying to push this for a nighttime, date night, you know, dark, mysterious, sexy, unapologetically sexy for the red carpet. That was some of the description in the notes. However, when I first received it and I wore it, as soon as I smelled that zesty lime, I was like, you know what? This can also be a summer fragrance. And that's exactly what I did in the summer heat. I put this on and I did 4 to 6 sprays, and maybe that's why it started to intensify and I got really great projection from this. Compliment wise, guys, I received a compliment from this by a complete stranger within 25 minutes of wearing it. So I was in the house, it was scorching hot out here in Scotland. I wore it. 25 minutes later, I managed to get to the post office that I was going to. I had to go collect some parcels. So while I'm in the post office, I'm speaking to the checkout person. I'm speaking to the checkout guy, and we're just talking about, obviously, the coronavirus is going about, so any chance or opportunity you get to talk to somebody, you just talk to them. So I must have stood there talking to him about 4 or 5 minutes, and I never realized, and he never realized, there was somebody standing behind me. Both of us never realized. We just kept chatting away, and he then looked over his shoulder, and then he looked over my shoulder, and then I looked back, and I seen a woman standing. As soon as I seen her, I obviously apologized, because we were just sitting there standing there talking for a long time, and the woman herself just stood there. She never said nothing. So I apologized to her. I said, sorry, I never knew you were standing behind me. And this woman just looked at me and she goes, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I was just standing here because you smell really nice and I was smelling you. So I looked at her, I got happy. I'm like, oh, thanks for that. And the guy, he looked at me as well and he kind of smiled, but he never asked. Sometimes you get guys who do that. One guy gets a compliment and the other guy, either he gets jealous or he just doesn't say shit because he's like, he got the compliment. You know, so when she complimented me, he looked at me, I looked at him. He didn't even say nothing. I knew what it was. Sometimes guys do that. I'm not sure if girls do that, but sometimes if there's if like 4 or 5 guys, 4 or 5 friends, and one of the friends get complimented, all the other ones just stay quiet like you prick, right? But whatever. So I left. I just said thank you and I left. But this woman literally stood there and just wanted to smell this coming off meat. And she just stood there, and I don't even know how long she stood there. None of us realized she was standing behind me. But when I turned around, she goes, it's okay. You smell that nice. I was just standing here smelling you. And then I was like, you know what? On you go. Thank you very much. And I left. So yeah, compliment-wise, I can't see this fragrance pulling off compliments. Between this, and I have Nasman over here as well. Between Nasman and Black Tie definitely has much more of a mass appeal. You can wear it during the night. You can wear it during the day. In summer, out of summer, the more versatility I'm going to give is to Black Tie. When it comes to Nasman, it's explicitly a winter scent. And you can check the review, it's explicitly an oud scent. So if you want one for the summer that's going to do you good, performance, longevity, the scent profile, the character, the compliments, make sure to get your nose on Black Tie, or you can go with the original Tuxedo and you might like that as well. So original Tuxedo, the interpretation that this fragrance is trying to recreate, the Tuxedo by Yves Saint Laurent is on for £145 right now as a 75 ml if you want to purchase that, or you want to get something that smells similar, has equal performance and projection and smells just close to it, then look into Black Tie. If you like Ombre Nomade from the Louis Vuitton, and in my Nasman review I mentioned the price, you can go check it out. This here is going to be your winter scent. So for Black Tie, summer, all occasion, more versatile. Nasman explicitly for winter. If you're interested in any of those fragrances, please do check out the House of Rosa Salas. These are the only 2 that I have, and these are the first 2 that I received. With that being said, I will be looking into the House of Rosa Salas a little bit further down the line to see which ones I like and which ones I want to compare, because I do have a lot of fragrances and Rosa Salas does make some interpretations of the fragrance that I actually own. So I was going to go on the website, log on and find ones that I own, just so I can make the comparison of how much of a clone they are or their own interpretation that they do from their house. Finishing off, I want to say that Rosa Salas did send me these fragrances out for free to review, but my review was independent and unbiased, no strings attached. So with that being said, the least I can do was give out a review of both of these fragrances, but it's an unbiased review. Both of these fragrances are great buys for £30, 30 ml eau de parfum concentrations. I've been wearing them for a couple of days and hardly any juice has came out. You know, it's still there. Sprayers on this are amazing. Both of the ones that I receive, the sprayers are amazing, you know. So yeah guys, just to finish things off, if you got any sort of value from this review, please do hit that subscribe button, push the notification bell, and comment down below if you're interested in any of these fragrances or you might have tried the original creation. I want to give a special thank you to Rosa Salas for sending me out these fragrances. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Mohammed. You're watching Look Good, Smell Good Fragrance Reviews, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you. Take care.